School field trips. Wrong speakers, I hope that's not an issue. Ariana, let me know if you can hear my voice well, and if you can hear the music well. Okay? Because I just heard OBS through the speakers of the computer, and that could mean problems. Okay. Number 16. A girl on a BETA club trip thought that it would be funny to put a bomb on board in the window of the bus. The interstate was shut down, the bus was pulled over, and SWAT team raided the bus. The bomb squad was called in to sweep the bus, even though the girl admitted that it was a hoax. She didn't go to jail, somehow. What? She was also a popular cheerleader and didn't get the disciplinary action from the skier. Well, your tax dollars at work, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I feel like I need to turn up the sensitivity, but if I do, then you'll be able to hear my PS4 a little bit too well. You know, it's not my fault. Feedback coming off that thing is astronomical. I should put some kind of sound absorbers down there. That I will. Adiana says, wave, which I will reflect back at her as a hello. Hello to Pandera and Linda, Seraphin and PB&J. Number 15. It happened right before we would enter the bus. My students had been waiting for a few minutes, and some guys were messing around. I warned them to act normal, but I let them out of my sight for 1 minute to grab something from the post box. In that time, they pressed the fire alarm. The whole school was evacuated, around 1,650 students, and we had to be evacuated to the parking lot where the bus was also waiting. It was not my favorite morning. Well, kids gonna be kids. Kids gonna be kids. You know, I mean, who can say that they haven't been on a bus and written bomb on the bus and putting it in the window, you know, so that the people around would see and assume that there's a bomb on the bus, and then they call so that the bomb squad has to come raid the damn bus. On a field trip that some of you are probably looking forward to, some bitch had to ruin it with her cheerleader lifestyle, where she was probably already popular, as you can assume by her not getting in trouble for it, you know, after she did it. Damn. But if it was your ugly, boring, loner ass, you dweeb, what do you go home and get on the computer or something? What a nerd. Now show me how to fix my computer, because I need you, because you actually are useful and know things that can be practically applied. See me, I just get up and look good, said the cheerleader. Ugh. You know the difference between me and you? I make this look good. Here come cheerleaders in black. No cheerleaders wear black. Why? Racist. Number 14. When I was in the AmeriCorps, I was a tutor at a school where a popular 7th grader drowned on the class end of the year field trip. Let's try that again. Less aneurysm-y. All right. I was a tutor at a school. Whoa. We laugh so we don't cry, because an aneurysm could happen to any of us. That shit ain't funny. It's scary. That's scary. Damn nature. I was a tutor at a school where a popular 7th grader drowned on the class's end of the year field trip to a lake at a state park the summer before I started. What a doozy of a sentence. There was no lifeguards on duty. He was in chest-deep water when he went under in the lake and just never came up. His friends and chaperones tried to find him, but by the time they did, it was too late. There was an underserved school in a really rough neighborhood. Roughed? Damn. So rough they got a T. According to the teachers, things were getting better at the school, but this really fucked up them kids. It was a very challenging year for them. I'll shut you down this time, PS4. It's not like I can actually get the stupid gear that I need to get while streaming, you know? As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 13. Here's hoping this list really hits the spot for whoever may need it. If you do need it. Why don't you leave a comment, alright? If there's something going on, if this list is hitting the spot, alright? Yeah. Tell me what's going on in your life. 13. You know how it goes. 2 or 3 people go missing and suddenly you're irresponsible and criminally liable. I don't know why anyone would get into this profession. You want me to watch yo kids? Why is a field trip even a thing? I'm not your parent. I'm not your substitute parent for the day. That's why teachers are so cranky. Tony Turtle says Kyle knows all the spots to hit. Yeah. The A spots? Nah. B spots? C spots? You know, you don't want to see spots. You need to go get your eyes checked. D spots? Which spots? These spots over here or D spots? You see what I'm saying? E spots? That's spots on the internet. F spots, no, but G spots. Ooh. Kyle rocks the G spot. You know, I'm good at sex. You're bad at sex. I'm good at sex. You're bad at sex. Number 11. I am a teacher. My dad, you are my enemy. I am a teacher. But my anecdote comes from when I was a kid back in the mid-90s. We were visiting some museum in Louisiana. Was I going to say Louisiana? I don't know. We were visiting some museum in London, and we're traveling on the train and the tube with teachers. Y'all just can't speak fucking normally, can you? They were on a subway train. You bitch. Ugh. On the way back, some students didn't get on the train before the automatic door shut, and the teacher in charge yelled as loud as he could, "See you back at school, lads." And we just went home, and the teacher waited at the school later on and sure enough, about 40 minutes after everybody else got back, the remaining kids turned up. If that happened to me now as a teacher in 2019, I'd be fired. Probably out of a cannon into an abyss marked RIP my career. They'd cancel your ass on the internet so fast, it'd make your career spin. Well, number 10. I went on a class trip as a chaperone to a science center. I was in charge of a group of 8 boys. One of them goes missing. I asked the others where he went, and they don't know either. He's missing for about 10 minutes until a security guard from the center comes up to me with him. The guy asks, "Is he one of yours?" and tells the kid to open his backpack when I say yes. Probably $200 worth of stolen stuff in this kid's backpack. He spent the rest of the trip just right next to me. You gotta keep an eye on this little klepto. You know? How much is enough, dudes? Y'all steal some shit, you figure, boy, I gotta get out of here. What if there's cameras? You just keep going? Where are you gonna pawn this stuff? You know? You're at a scientific place. I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe pawn shops just don't ask questions, but you would figure you would need to be over 18 before a pawn shop. Well, I don't know. You know, I'm acting under the assumption that all pawn shops are respectable and asking people for their identification. I just know that the times that I've had to go in there, not for me, but with other jerks, they were really carded and signing things and all kind of shit like this. Them pawn shops weren't playing. You know? They were gonna get you. Maybe you could have a fake ID and go in there. I don't know. Kyle Channel does not condone the act of faking an identity and then going in and committing fraud to sell your wares. This shit's hot. I gotta liquidate these assets, said the man as he walked into the pawn shop. I should write really relatable young adult novels, bro. I could be the next Stephanie Meyer. Just write a really dumb bitch, you know? And people read it and go, you know what? I don't really care for this story, but this really is a dumb bitch. This dude really knows how to write for a dumb bitch. But what if I'm not some sort of genius that can just really get into the shoes of a dumb bitch? What if I am the dumb bitch and I can just translate that to the page, you know? Like what I'm understanding of Stephanie Meyer. This lady really knows how to write a dumb bitch. Wow. How is she? I just don't understand. She was born with this gift. This is a gift. You know? Move over, Hemingway. Number 8. In the kindergarten field trip that I was on, we had the parent of our most challenging student come along as a chaperone. Her group was her son and a very sweet and obedient girl. Let's call the girl Shonda. That's a really whack name. You could have... I don't want to be the guy that gets bent out of shape over really stupid shit, but I'm going to say it to you like this. If you are making a story and you are deciding to give the girl a name of any, you are creating this name, is Shonda in your top 10? Who's named Shonda? I'm dead serious, chat. You pick the name of the girl. She can be Mary, Stacy, Carla, Tiffany, any number of, I would say over 10 to 20 names could come to you before Shonda does. But here we are. So, I didn't think that could get under my skin as hard as it did until I saw it. It's a really weird and silly thing for me to take issue with, but the fact that that's the name they chose for this story, it blows me away. Somebody really likes the name Shonda out there. You know, suddenly I'm understanding why some people get named the way that they do, and it's because some people really are not just like insane, but like they just have a preference for a certain thing. You know, you see somebody named like Tapioca or, you know, Mercedes or some bullshit, you know, and you just figure, okay, their parents are nuts. Simple, right? They're far off the cliff, you know? There's no saving them. But some people are just in the middle, and they're like, you know what? I really like the name Sharisala. And you're like, why? Can you explain that? Sharisala, Dia?
I hadn't realized that this was that you were reading like a thing and you weren't continuing. Like you're just going.
Oh, you thought that this was all on the page? You thought I was reading everything I was just saying?
No, that was it. That was the story. And you were just ranting about the name, but no.
That was the end of the story.
You just,
where he starts, and he goes, we'll call her Shonda, and that was the end of it. Why do we have to know their names if he's already at the end of the story? You were just tuning me out, man. Yep. Listen, in kindergarten on a field trip, we had a parent of one of our most challenging students come along as a chaperone. Her group was her own son, a very sweet and obedient girl. And I'm gonna break. Honestly, the men aren't even sexy enough. Needs a little more skin. Somebody just left that on one of my videos as a comment. Open it up. I was trying to get there. It won't let me go. That's life. So look, we're gonna call the boy Jim. We're gonna call the girl Shonda. Typically, we teachers set up a base camp while the parents take the groups of students through the park. We do a scavenger hunt. The parents bring us their cards for a stamp as they go through each section. The first time the zoo employee brought us Jim, he said that the boy was in the monkey exhibit trying to climb over the fences. Luckily, he had a school shirt on. Jim was brought right to us. We called his mother's phone, but she didn't answer. About 15 minutes later, the mom shows up and says, Jim, how did you get in front of us? I'm sorry, it says we are. That's what it says. And I'm like, my brain is like, okay. Walking together just a minute ago, the teacher explained that, in fact, Jim had been with us for a bit, and the other zoo ranger had brought him over. No real response. No real responsiance.
Well, now I think that Jim wrote this and not an actual teacher.
Did Jim write this? Jim from The Office, we're being pranked. No real responsiance from the mom. We asked her to turn on her phone. They went off again. The second time that Jim was brought to us, he had gotten into the fountain. It had taken several employees to chase him down as he ran and giggled. Same drill. We called Mom, no answer. Jim and his sopping wet with gross fountain water ass. He did not seem too concerned. The mom did not show up for 45 minutes, and again, she goes, Jim, how did you get in front of us? We were walking together just a minute ago. This time I was watching Shonda, and the look on the little girl's face said it all. The look on her face. Total amazement that an adult was lying. They went off again to walk into the picnic area. Yes, the third time the zoo brought back little Jim, it was with a police officer. Oh my God. It really is what I would consider a child protective services issue at this point. Your child gets away from you once. Damn. Little bastard. That child gets away again. All right, motherfucker. Why don't you keep an eye on this little bastard? 3 times? Hey, fuck you. That's your fault now. We're not sure you're not trying to abandon this little bastard.
If anything, it seems like even she didn't want your kid. And if you don't want your kid, just give the kid up at that point, man.
I just had an idea for a weird little animated video.
What?
I'd have to manifest good banter out of you or Stripes with it. I can't give the idea away. It's gonna be good. Come here. Now, the third time that the zoo came back with him, it was a police officer with him, and apparently the zoo was watching the cameras, and the minute the mom was out of sight, she let go of Jim and basically ditched him. It's almost like she wanted something bad to happen to her kid.
Yes, I just said that I think that even she didn't want the little troublemaker.
Now, let me tell you something. As a mother, unfortunately, and I've said this on dozens of occasions, and I don't need to get too grim or too dark on this channel, these types of thoughts are going to cross your head, you know? It's messed up, but that's the way that it goes. But I will say this. If you had a goddamn brain in your head, you dumb slut, there are so many places involving bodies of water that were you to just accidentally misplace your child for a while, they'd definitely come to whatever accident that you were hoping that they would come to. Why you fucking around at a gym and then ditching this little bastard multiple times? All we can do is be thankful some idiots are so stupid that their criminal bullshit is captured on camera. Because honestly, what are you fucking thinking? Leaving your kid, like, bro, it'd be even funnier if, like, she walked right up to, like, a gorilla or a lion enclosure or some bullshit where it's like a big ass ditch and a little concrete wall. Because you guys may think it's dark. Oh, Kyle, you're being excessive. Trust me when I say that there have been daily iterations of people just bringing their children that they didn't want into the midst of harm and then walking away. It's so fucked. It's so fucked specifically because I believe that parents have to make it to a certain, I don't want to call it a threshold, but let's just say a certain age for the child. If they reach that age and they're still going strong, they can pretty much power through the rest of this bitch ass not pregnancy, but parenthood, right? But some people are not going to reach a certain age before they go, fuck, man, I can't do this shit. So either the spouse got to come take care of this and they can be they can be the one with custody. Maybe my parents need to deal with this shit. Maybe I'm going to try to have this kid adopted. Or, of course, the grim shit we talking about right now, where they reach a point where they just like, man, I can't do this shit. So something going to need to happen. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm gonna mess this kid up and say some black people came in. As a black man, trust me, I see so much shit on the internet it will blow your mind. Dio was telling me today about how some people tricked a pregnant woman over to their place.
They threw her a fake baby.
Threw her a fake baby shower and cut the baby out of her ass with a box cutter. Believe some shit like that. Now you could live your whole life and probably never see stupid shit like that as evil as you can imagine, like that, like horror movie evil. But that's what I believe that we're reading about right now in this list, where 3 times in a row at a public zoo, some bitch left her special needs kid, to the point where when they came back and the woman was lying, the bitch could see it in her daughter's face. Wow, mommy's lying. You know what I mean?
It wasn't her kid.
Huh?
The girl wasn't her kid.
Oh, the other girl wasn't her kid?
Yep.
Oh boy.
And these kids aren't special need. The kid is just a little asshole. That's it. He's not special needs.
I don't know why I read challenging and assumed, my brain really just clicked it into him being, special. Forgive me.
It was more of a way of describing that this kid is just, difficult.
I think at the end of the day, it doesn't make it any less sick. Thank you for correcting my mistake.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it any less sick because this is a child. And as an adult, for you to abandon them in a zoo, where at the end of the day, many of these animals, as small as we may consider them and as weak as we may consider them, have what it takes to rock us or fuck us right in the headstock in a way that could, if not injure us for life,
Kill us.
could potentially kill us. Yeah, we look at little animals and think, oh, they ain't got that kind of strength, bitch. They got enough. They got enough to build some momentum and rock your ass. You understand? And if people can fall over and hit their head on a curb and die, animals can make some shit happen. Oh my God, is that Major Erection himself? Wow. Keeping it nice and monetizable. I appreciate this. You're a hero, man. Thank you, my man. Thank you. Yeah. Can you imagine, rest in peace, Harambe, he bringing that up like it's a conspiracy, like a woman went out there and was like, I'm tired of this little kid. Get down there. Get down there. What, mommy? Shut
Slap it on some toes.
Get in there. Get in that thing. And then they kill the gorilla, and it's like this huge thing on the internet. Can you imagine what she must have felt like? She must have been like, oh my God. Did this gorilla save the president or something? What the fuck?
If anything, everyone can pinpoint Harambe being the pinnacle point where all of the timelines split, and we're on the worst one.
When you say shit like that, it makes me feel like you, because of your wholesome bullshit, like if you were to crank out your own YouTube channel, right? And then like just literally take only the most wholesome things you consume from like people you watch, from like shitty Vines and TikToks that you see, from Reddit, only the wholesome things, and just regurgitate your beauty, your idea of the love and the joy that should be shared on the internet. It would be so, to a person like me, it would be so potent that it would make me choke just trying to watch it. You should make content, Dia. And like, I think it would make my blood boil watching you.
Right.
Not because there's not love there, just because like it'd be so candy ass. And then with those titties, wait until the women find you. They're just gonna think you're fake. There's no way that they can think that you're just like this. You know what I mean? That's why girls hate you.
That's why girls hate girls.
Is because some girls really are airheaded and just dopey and ditzy and fun and not smart, And it's not a rude or bad thing. They're just kind of airheaded and light, and they do what they like and what makes them happy, and they're going to try to make other people happy and shit like that, my dude. But other women, they have to put that on. They have to really shift into that gear, and it's all an act. And they assume that other girls who are acting like that are putting on an act as well. So when they see that of you, and they know that if they were to come off like that, it would be with a lot of effort, they assume you're putting just as much effort into the deception, and they make snap judgments. It's pretty crazy.
Do you know how tiring that would make me? Like, just thinking about having to put up an act of a part of me that isn't even real. I don't know. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people just fake a personality.
People have to fake it because of two things. Excuse me. Some people, their whole goal is to be recognized at all. And they understand, unfortunately, that the actual them is something that way less people would be interested in. So out of necessity, they do what they do because they recognize that that person versus who they are would get a lot more attention. Other people are not even like, the attention isn't enough. They need like everything. They need all of it. You know, so what they do is they emulate what they see perhaps some people are into, and that it's laid right all over their own personality to the point where it doesn't exist. And I mean, I don't want to say like a short point long. We all know what the hell is going on, but it's just amusing that, you know, some women, because that's not who they are, they assume a lot of who else is like that must be faking it too. So
that's so sad. I mean, you saw it in, well, hilariously enough, Sword Art Online, where, you know, a very well-endowed, very attractive woman was super jealous of.
We're gonna stop talking about Sword Art Online. I think we're gonna have to end up making a video because, you know, you were very passionate about breaking me into that, and then I'll
Attack on Titan, don't you worry.
And I will just allow all my thoughts to fall out. Jesus says, Kyle, we getting that Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake of gameplay? Gameplay indeed. I don't know, man. You know, I've only on a couple of occasions played those old Tony Hawk games, so I can honestly say that I have never really shoved myself. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Time for the Marge.
Oh god, I'm sorry. No.
It's okay. It's very
I'm sorry about that, okay?
You're so cute.
Shut up. Right? I'm legit sorry because it wasn't even as manly and badass and girthy
Oh my
in the
gosh.
PP as it normally should be.
That's the reason why you're
Fuck yeah. Like I want, yeah. When the burps come out, they should make people go, ah! And that's like they're on the fetal position. Like, you know, like it entered them a little bit. Yeah. So the bottom line is, yeah, no, sorry, Jesus. You know, I'm balls deep in this Marvel's game right now, and I'm just wanting to get the men. This is gonna sound so insensitive. It's gonna sound like I'm such a up my ass bastard. But Thor, Hulk, Captain America, and Iron Man, that's the only characters I want to get high level right now. I'm over 100 gear score with Hulk. And I want to level out those other bastards and just leave the game alone, because right now we got Black Widow, who's actually pretty dope, no disrespect, and we have Miss Marvel, who is only OP because they're trying to force everybody to use Miss Marvel. So here's the funny part. The game was planning to put Black Panther in, but they believe it's the wrong time following the death of Chadwick Boseman. So instead of Black Panther being placed into the game soon, we're going to get Kate Bishop, who is an archer. And the problem with that is that we were already going to get Hawkeye. So the next two heroes to be placed into Marvel's Avengers are going to be archers. And it makes me feel like I'm genuinely not going to give a shit about the game after I level up my characters until Spider-Man bitch ass find his way in there next year, like the beginning of next year. At which point, you know what I also think? That they're going to have to... because remember they said that everybody who bought it on PS4 will get to upgrade to PS5 for free. So when PS5 comes out, they need to grease that to make people who don't already have it want to get it. And they need a hero. Like Doctor Strange, like Scarlet Witch. They need somebody to really make people go, oh damn, I want to get that. Man, whatever. Why does Linda say sniper rifle?
That's what she would use in order to have, you know, Harambe survive, so that we don't spiral into this horrible abyss that is.
That's what they thought with JFK, and they still couldn't save him. More than one shot. Find out the truth.
No, time travel.
The second time that they brought us, no, the third time that they brought us, Jim, was with a police officer. Apparently the zoo was watching the cameras. And within the minute of the mom being out of sight, she let the bastard go. The mom got a citation for failure to maintain responsibility for her child and a 1-year ban from the zoo. The police, that's how bad the zoo was doing. They was only going to ban her for a year. The police officer, we'll see you in a year, okay? The police officer accompanied her and Jim back to the buses and waited with them until it was time to leave. They did not participate in the picnic. Yeah. Shonda had the best moral of the story. No wonder he is bad. His mom won't even keep him safe when there is a tiger around. Bruh. He is now a very troubled 4th grader. He doesn't get on field trips without one-on-one support from a school staff member. That is so sad. I wish all the big titties in the world can just balance out some people who've had a really triggering and sad, traumatic, negligent upbringing. It's tragic.
Guess what?
What?
That big pair of boobs that he may get in his future, he may beat the crap out of him.
No, I don't mean like he deserves that. You need to earn big titties sometimes, man, for real. Like big titties can really balance some people out, and they should. I don't want to say people are entitled to them, but everybody should be graced by them at some point. But a pair of titties that you can effectively call your own or rely on periodically, and in like a frequent and consistent manner, you need to earn that. And I feel that as terrible as it is to say, regardless of what this little bastard went through, yeah, some of these cuts, they cut deep. And they scar in a way that's never going to go away. But when you grow and you live, you need to recognize as a motherfucker that the situations that you go into and the places that you go, they're full of people that don't know you or your story. And they're certainly not going to be giving you a pass because of something that potentially happened to you that they definitely don't know about. And this is why whenever we go somewhere, we should effectively be on our best behavior. It doesn't matter how bad our day was, or somebody could have died yesterday. If we go out and just start yelling at somebody that may just be doing their bitch ass job, selling some clothes, or passing out food, something stupid, we're not going to be judged based on the turmoil and the trauma that we've been through recently. We're going to be that crazy bitch that was out there. Somebody gonna have a camera, and that's the only part that we're gonna see is this bitch going absolutely crazy. And maybe she starts yelling and even incorporate some of what she's been through there, but still, it's not everybody else's problem. That's your problem. So with this kid and everything he's gone through, Dia, he's gonna need to learn to treat everybody the way that they deserve to be treated, with respect, with grace, with class, and with a little bit of delicacy if you're dealing with the right sex, He wants to go find a man and he doesn't need to be too tender, that's fine. There are women who don't need it to be too tender, often, but just because you've been through some wild shit does not give you some sort of incel free pass. That's the type of incel shit that they believe that they're entitled to. I'm a man, so I just get to make the choices, and the girl better be like this and like this. I'm going to show you a picture of my anime waifu, and if the girl does not match her, then her and I cannot be together. But what about what she feels? Can you bring any of that to the table? No, but that's not. Oh, it's because they're objects. It's weird. Some people wild, baby. It's fucked up what people go through, but we got to put it all in a box. I like Dr. Sleep for that reason, because it's just this dude shutting away a bunch of badass memories. Like, look, this stuff happened. Let me put it away. Let me put it away. Jesus is like, I don't think I'd get into the Avengers game. Give it time, Jesus. I think it's very easy for you to get into, but I will be real. This game broke as hell right now, And yes, we have a hell of a lot more fun than we do experience glitches. Let's say we spend an hour playing and like 10 minutes of that is us going, what the hell is going on here? It's still a little bit buggy for launch, and I think the blur is a problem. They try to hide a lot of the fact that the game doesn't look too good on this generation's consoles by putting this blur cinematic bullshit on there, and it is unacceptable. And I would compare this game right now as being in a state that is not for the PS4 and the Xbox One. The thing about Destiny is, when you were playing that back in the day on 360 and fucking PS3, it was all right. You know, there was really no issue. And it was only when you upgraded to PS4 or Xbox One that you were like, oh shit, look at all these crazy ass graphics. Right now, in Marvel Avengers, I hope that if I ever get a PS5 and I play it on there, that it will properly put me to shame because it's so beautiful. That's the way I felt when I played it on PC, that it just looked very good. But right now on PS4, that game looking like some vomit soup, baby. Is it fun when it works? Yes. But I think the roster's a joke right now. You can't have 6 people in the game. Yes, it's very intricate and varied, and the gear gives you perks that fucking matter. You know, towards the end of your leveling up, you don't just have your abilities, you have like masteries and specialties, and you can swap between all of these different aspects of the tree. It's very... you're getting your money's worth when you get this stupid game. And to know that they're going to be dropping in heroes, very, very cool. But if I had to review this bitch ass game, I'd say wait till next year. Wait till next year when there's a bunch more heroes in there and you can play as somebody that you genuinely like. Because right now, I don't know. You know, Ms. Marvel, Kate Bishop. What y'all gonna do next? Throw some other motherfucker we don't like in there? You know, you playing with the Avengers. You could have Wasp, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange.
But that's not...
Here come Black Panther. Oh shit, it's Wolverine, Storm.
Read the rest of the thing that he said.
What did he say? Oh, something about not having their MCU faces makes me feel weird. Man, fuck all that. You know, MCU's like lame. It's dope, but you know, you don't need to get too caught up in that. You're gonna be staring at the back of their head anyway. Hulk, I feel, you know, is almost identical to what we regard Hulk to be. Captain America looking like a bargain brand, somebody's dad cosplaying for sure. Everybody else just kind of falls into the background. Iron Man's always in his suit. Oh, you know what it is? If you're the type of person who's interested in the single player of the game, I definitely understand where you're coming from. I just wanted to play the multiplayer, and thank God that game allowed me to jump straight into that when the time came. Sorry for anybody who is not interested in this Marvel bullshit. It's just, you know, what's consuming me right now. Number 7, I took 3 classes of 6th graders to visit the Los Angeles Museum of Art. We came from about an hour and a half away, and the kids and other teachers on the buses, but since I was hugely pregnant at the time, I was allowed to drive my own car. It had been raining, and I arrived a bit ahead of the bus, so when the kids got off, I was there to lead them into the museum. As I began walking to the kids getting off the bus, I noticed a lot of papers on the sidewalk. Suddenly, I realized that they were an assortment of extremely pornographic pictures. I stopped to try to gather them up before the kids got an unexpected and completely inappropriate sexual education lesson, and we'd already had a big talk about being mature when we were viewing classical art because there would be nudes and statues, but they were definitely not prepared for the most lurid porn that LA had to offer. Unfortunately, the rain had plastered the paper to the sidewalk, and the sight of the very pregnant teacher scrambling on hands and knees sent the chaperones and teachers rushing to my aid with hundreds of kids right after them. No matter how urgently I tried to wave them back, it was memorable. Them kids must have been like, "Oh shit! Damn! There's girls with that! Whoa! Oh my god, the hair! What? That's a monster on there! I want to touch that though. Is that what she got under her? Hey, Mrs. McCleary, that's what you got under there, huh? Hey, everybody, look. Everybody's like comparing. Awful. It's a pretty impressive tale. I like that one. Number 6. I was a new teacher when the whole grade went on a field trip during the first week of school. I was so new that nobody, not even my colleagues, noticed that I wasn't on the bus, so they left without me. Fortunately, the destination was only 15 minutes away, so it wasn't a big deal for me to just jump in my car and follow the bus there.
Damn.
I remember when I was young, I was so scared of being that guy. You know? I don't necessarily want to be the center of attention at all times, or any time. But I definitely didn't want to be the type of guy where people couldn't remember if I was there. You know what I mean?
Yep, you've said that before.
I've said it before because it's something that I feel in my heart. I do not want to be somebody where y'all gotta go, was Kyle there? Huh. I mean, even if he was, he just kind of blends into the background.
That's what I hope.
You can always see him just there with a piece of cake near whoever's got the biggest titties. I mean, this guy, man. And then they'd have to, they could do investigatory work. They could be like, who had the biggest titties at the party? That's me. Oh, snap. Desiree. Was Kyle at this party? Of course he was. He was trying to dive into my cleavage. And I kept like drinking stuff and getting some on my chest, acting like I was drunk. You should have seen this boy. He was losing. Let me text him right now. I bet you he respond. And then I don't respond because, my phone's always like.
I would have definitely not been anywhere near you in school.
Just because of that one instance where I squeezed that girl's titties. Come on, Dia.
No, I just feel like we wouldn't have gone along.
Why?
And you were always surrounded by people.
I wasn't always surrounded by people, no. Okay? I was working on my Dragon Ball Z fusion techniques with women via their lips. Okay? But it never worked, thank God. And I got to keep my full form. If I ever perfected the fusion technique with any of these women, I probably would have grown up to want to be a woman, like a lot of what we seeing on the internet right now.
You'd just be a dad, and you'd hate the crap out of that.
Be a dad?
Yeah.
That's the wrong kind of fusion technique, girl. I ain't trying to create no baby in there. I'm trying to become Kyle and whoever. We fuse our names. Huh?
That's not how fusion works.
Look, it's because we haven't reached it yet. I hope that in my lifetime people will record a video like Goku did when he was teaching everybody how to fly. I tried that and it didn't work. Sierra says, if you're standing next to the biggest titties, that's basically a cloak. This girl hitting us with the Dungeons and Dragons knowledge, okay? You might as well be wearing a full camouflage ghillie suit next to this woman, okay? Everybody, it's like a perception filter. If you used to watch old school Doctor Who, people's head will just be gravitated away from where you're standing. It'll make this noise. I feel like I can see something, but I can't focus. Number 5. We went skating, and one of the students fell, smacked her chin off the ice, and somehow got a skate blade to the face. Jesus Christ. She needed a bunch of stitches and was able to stick her tongue through the hole in her face. Someone says that's just her mouth, silly goose. How bad? My God.
Don't imagine it because it'll gross you out.
Number 4. Kids were going to a conference for a leadership/service-oriented club. They got brought home early because a chaperone found an orgy in one of the rooms that had just been pre-planned in a group chat that almost all of the kids on the trip were in. What a shitstorm. Well, yeah, those kids were going to link up to get that orgy on, baby. What, y'all wasn't invited to that? Hard dickin' orgy. It's probably a high school thing, though, so they're fine. When y'all go into conferences, high schoolers. There were about 5 of them. Who's calling 5 people an orgy? I've been in a 5 people scenario. That shit ain't an orgy, Dia. Come on. Why are people so...
You know what? Maybe you shouldn't know too much about who you were as a person back in the day.
What do you mean who I was? Like I'm some kind of deviant or degenerate. You know me. You know me.
I know you now, but I don't know you from then.
You say you don't know. You say you don't know me tomorrow then? Huh? You don't know me 6 minutes from now? Oh my god, like I just drink alcohol or do some new drug every day. I just don't know who you are anymore. Number 3.
I didn't say I didn't know who you are. I said I know who you are now.
Former ass of the teacher here. We were on a 6th grade field trip. What the fuck?
Former ass.
We were on a 6th grade trip to the Franklin Institute in Philadelphia. So at the time, one of the attractions was a sort of centripetal force machine that you can sit on and it swung around. Poor explanation, but imagine the Gravitron, only smaller and faster with seats and no walls. I googled it, but I can't find the ride, guessing it was swapped out for something else. Well, one of the dumbass kids thought that it would be funny to show off and see what happens when you undo your seatbelt while riding. Naturally, he got flung out of the machine at roughly half the speed of sound. I wonder if he saw how it all began. If he saw it, then he'd understand.
Oh my god.
And if he saw it, then he'd understand. And broke his fall with nothing but his face.
That's pretty sweet.
Sorry.
And that's just for me, though.
Glass busted, massive concussion, totally wrecked. There was a whole investigation, and the teacher in charge of the kids' group had to actually defend himself from accusations that he could have somehow stopped that level of stupidity. Sadly, I didn't witness it, but I did hear the impact from one room over. Pretty interesting day. Hey man, watch this. I ain't gonna wear my seatbelt. How low? He's just like flying out of the seat in slow motion. That'd be a sick ass thing to make a video, a music video out of. There's this meme where these people have these cats and they're holding them and making them dance. And Dia just calls it animal abuse, and it makes it kind of funny.
It makes it kind of funny.
Because humans are so fucking stupid that we're gonna like grab a bunch of cats, and even though they're just like, oh, I hate this, we're like, nah, fuck that. Play this piano. Oh my god. We are the problem. We are what's funny. Number 2, I asked my students to be respectful of other pedestrians while on the trip, because some people want to enjoy nature, and they want to do it by themselves. One kid saw a woman with her service dog and tried to pull on it because Mommy would let me have it. We had to leave because of that. He ruined the entire trip for everybody. Well, kids are cruel, so here's hoping they made sure that he remembered that for the rest of his existence. And that hopefully, just hopefully, his daddy didn't have some tools that he could bring to school and make a nightmare for everybody, you know what I mean? Oh no. Oh no. Number 1, my boyfriend was a teacher, and his students went on the annual DC trip. It was like 2 kids to each hotel room, and there was 2 14-year-old boys that shared a room. One of the boys jacked off into a pillow and then hit the other kid in the face with the cum pillow. Well, that's Reddit for you. That is Reddit. Oh boy. You know, We came really close to a non-fecal or bodily fluid type bullshit in a list, and the top one. Mod approved meme. I want you to know how fast they killed the Avengers subreddit on Reddit because they wouldn't allow us to use memes. And naturally you'd be like, okay, there's just gonna be another subreddit that gets made. But Jolly Rancher virtual reality commercial from 1993. Oh boy, what a world we're all living in. I'm sorry it seems that maybe you haven't gotten enough of me, but vice versa is true too. Think of how you have yourself to blame. Okay? Captain America's frontline skin facial animations are messed up. Oh. Yo, I'm trying to use that skin then. We all do. I think it came with our pre-order. The ugliest Captain America. Sierra Miss says, I took a class to France and 2 boys from a different school were going into a hotel room to teabag one of their classmates that were asleep. Turns out it was my French teacher's room. Oh, poop. Doesn't get much gayer with white boys. White boys are so sexy, 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 sexy skin as smooth as milk. I love those spray-on trousers. Sorry. What the fuck? Someone liked a comment of mine on my own YouTube video? What are you thinking? I love you guys. You guys are incredible. Stay amazing. Special thanks to all of you. Oh, I can't, Major Erection, I appreciate and welcome you as a Hot Boy sponsor. Special thanks to all the sponsors and to all of my patrons. No, I really want to apologize. People really are liking comments. I really want to apologize for whatever foolish noises that I may have made tonight. You deserve better. And you will catch me soon. I'm going to be playing a hell of a lot more of that stupid Marvel game. But I feel like I want to max out one character and then jump back on. As another. Wait. Riddle me this, if it hits close to home, who opens our borders but closes their own? Is the Riddler gonna be in a new Batman properly? I think the Batman with Twilight. Robert Pattinson is gonna have the Riddler in it.
Yep. George promotional material.
Who's the Riddler gonna be then? It's funny to think that the last Riddler we had on film was Jim Carrey. Back when we were really taking serious like the superhero movies. It was real serious business. Get Jim Carrey out here right now. What happened?
I like them as the Riddler.
You know the funniest part about Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face is that could have been a kick-ass serious role or a funny role too. And it kind of rode the line. It was like in the middle, as you would expect it to be with a character like Two-Face. It could go either way. What perfect casting. Arnold Schwarzenegger is Mr. Freeze. I gotta watch that movie again, baby. Now that we are in a post-superhero dominated era, where Fortnite's got the Marvel in it, Marvel Avengers is out now. The most liked tweet in history is unfortunately the statement made when Chadwick died. That's fucked up. That is fucked up. This dude didn't stroke his own freaking bing bong with the fact that he had cancer. He was out there making moves, putting smiles on faces, and visiting patients in a way where only in retrospect does everybody see, oh shit, this isn't just a nice charitable thing he was doing. It was layered. Yo, did you hear that John Boyega has shit to say about Ryan Johnson and his bitch ass ruining, everything that perhaps could have been anything? That's a shame. I really want you guys to think about how funny it is that they handed over the Star Wars license, not just to people who didn't care about it, because a lot of people don't care about things, but they will hire people who do care because they care about money. And money is making sure that the people who are interested in your property don't see the cracks, Got to make sure them cracks are nice and hidden at the very least, even if it's an illusion. Even if if you put somebody dancing near it, you know what it's like? You want to hide the cracks? Some people spend a lot of money getting rid of the cracks, like redoing everything so that there are no cracks. Some people spend money treating the cracks, and then putting a finish on it so that you can't see it from the exterior. But some smart people just, they get a big pair of titties and they station them titties not even in front of the cracks, Dia, but off to the side. And when people are done, they'll go, what cracks, Dia? Whip cracks for them titties. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful night. This is where I'm ending my list. Noah, get the boat. A couple throws a fake baby shot. Whoa, this is it.
Yeah.
Yo, this is it. Mom killed when unborn baby cut from her fake. Oh my God. Jeez.
That's so sad. Like, that woman didn't deserve that. She didn't. It's honestly a horrifying world of women.
The reason the school friend had killed her was because she suffered a miscarriage earlier in the year. So this friend was jealous that she couldn't have a baby. So she gonna cut this girl's baby out and kill her? After the quote-unquote baby shower, she was seen leaving with someone else. After the host of the fake baby shower led her to an abandoned alley, she proceeded to hit her with a brick and stab her. After the death, the woman proceeded... No.
It happens.
No.
It happens.
No, this is proper movie tier sickness.
It happens often. We live in a world where this sort of thing happens.
Yes, but in my opinion, Dia, we hear and see and read stories of women trying to steal babies post-birth, children post-birth. And it's easy because people really underestimate how small the amount of time is necessary for some people to simply pick up that child and fall into the fucking... They blend in like it's an Assassin's Creed game, Dia. They just turn their back and they're away. They turn their back and they're gone. But there's something properly sick to me that I can't decipher. The reasoning and I can't rationalize you cutting this out, because I have known women who have gone completely hostile in what I'd call a nice girl fashion, where if they can't have what they need, then no one can, and their fury is what I'd call directionless. But this, Dia, if you're taking the baby, you can't possibly think that it's going to survive when you're box cutting it out of a woman. It's insanity. It's proper mental sickness. This shit's scary as hell to me, because, is that all it took? Women? I'm not saying it's not something that shouldn't shake you and rock you and sadden you and depress you and maybe to make you want to consider taking your own life. But my God, you have a miscarriage and you're so off the edge that you look at somebody else and see their baby and go, ah, I'll cut that baby out. And now I have you. It'll be okay. Man, I guess everybody just going to the hospital just because, like, it's more comfortable, it's more chill. It's really just an excuse for some pregnant ladies to get a bunch of drugs, man. You know, she could fart that baby out and be fine if she wanted to. All this hospital shit is just, you know, that's all media. That's all fake news. You don't need that. I could get that baby out. She left with the baby. Her intent was to steal the child and raise it as her own. How crazy was she beforehand, you know? After her miscarriage, she continued to tell everybody that she was still pregnant. Over at my cum bottling plant. You ever see 6 words that intense? Over at my cum bottling plant, Dia.
No.
Yeah, bottle the cum. Who's providing it all? Why would you need to bottle it? You know? To preserve it?
Yep.
For potential people?
Yep.
But surely they just do that at any clinic where people go in and do it.
It doesn't matter.
Why is there like an extra, it gets sent to a plant now? Are you sure this isn't this man's small business?
Who knows, man, but it happens.
Over at my cum bottling plant, we had to use a suction cup to draw sperm once. The vacuum was accidentally set too high and ended up destroying the subject's genitals. Kinda reminds me of the baby being cut out. Sir, this is a Wendy's. At my cum bottling plant.
Look, man, the last time that I heard about this, that like I looked into it, it was like some 19, 20-year-old girl, I think, who had like a neighbor who she was friends with, like her family and her were friends with, was saying, oh, hey, come over to my house and I'll give you some baby clothes. And that's where they killed her and took her baby. When she was pregnant.
Oh my God, like my insides are shaking. Like, am I gonna be okay? I need to get away from this. Like, I felt like the evil was in the room with me. I'm not joking.
What do you mean?
Imagine your tax dollars getting spent on strippers. Inmates in a South African prison where... Why? Treated? I don't understand. This man is eating from a bird's mouth. Okay? What is this, Dia? Is this where they're spitting on a dude?
Must be.
Oh no. Oh no. It's worse. It's worse, ladies and gentlemen. We don't even want to see where this... Oh, there's more people. Can I just skip to see if... Now listen. I know it's hard out there for little titty women. I should end this list. Kyle has nothing to say about the stuff that we see. Noah, get the boat. Noah, get the boat. Yo. Yo. Listen, I'm sorry for what I've shown you today. I'm sure. Jabba. Oh, my bing bong. I love you. Get a hold of me if you need me. The Discord link is in the description. Join the Discord. You'll get notifications of when the streams are live. Until then, I will see you again soon. It was lovely spending this hour with you. You harvested an hour out of me. How did you do it? Bye.